Hey guys, this is Monty from aerotechplusone and welcome to your very first jQuery tutorial. Now, if you want to have a pretty cool website, maybe add some responsiveness to it, then jQuery is the JavaScript library for the job. Now, as I said, it's a JavaScript library. That's what jQuery is. It helps you with Ajax to make Ajax much simpler and how to use the AC API, blah blah blah, stuff like that. It is accepted over almost every browser actually, since every browser modern at its modern time uses JavaScript. Now, below here is a brief look of jQuery, and we're going to use this one I just highlighted. You're going to copy that. Now, DOM has to do with HTML. Basically, we're going to be communicating with another code to change some HTML values. Event handling is another functionality of jQuery, and also, as I said, it makes Ajax much simpler. It's in the example in jQuery to deal with Ajax. Now, as highlighting this here, gonna create our template. So doc type HTML, and gonna put HTML here and put head, and put in the tag head and body, put in HTML. Yeah, it looks kind of chunky, but okay. So what we have here right now is just a minor template just for us to put in our values. I'm gonna save that as example example.html. Now, to get jQuery, you either use any of these options by clicking the download jQuery button. It brings you to this page. Now you could use click on here, it's uncompressed. You can send you to another page where you can copy every single file in the jQuery file itself. Sorry, every single text in the jQuery file. And you're going to create your own jQuery file. You just download it through node.js, having installed on your computer using the npm function. You can use Bower, or you can just download the files itself and link the scripts to your HTML page. But what I like to do is use the CDN. CDN is another way of saying the internet. This is an internet storage. So I'm very familiar with using the Google CDN. Just gonna click on that, and it's gonna give you a tag to place within your head tag, the script tag actually. So in my head tag, I'm gonna put a space here, being prepared for when the page loads, and below the body, and it's gonna put a script tag just for the purpose of what we copied earlier, which is a button. So we're using the snippet of jQuery 3.x. Currently, I guess it's 3.2. That is sorry, it's 3.1. That is available on the Google CDN. And copy that. You're gonna paste it in our head tag. So on paste that in our head tag. Now you save. This means that our jQuery, our file is now able to use jQuery. jQuery is now active. Now, in this example pasted below uses this here. That dollar sign is also known as jQuery, but we use the dollar sign to make it much shorter. It also makes it look much neater and more as a professional. So this here is our selector. Dollar sign, open bracket, open quotation mark, or inverted commas, and close it also, and close bracket. Now what's within the inverted commas or the quotation marks is what we're going to be selecting. Now for our selector here we have button. Later on you get two selectors, but I'm going to show a quick example. We're selecting the button on the HTML file. As you can see here, we have no buttons yet, but I'm going to create it right now. So in our body tag we can create a button. Let's close that. And following the steps, you can select a button. Actually, you can select all buttons on our HTML file, but that full stop here means a class. If you add a pound sign, it means it's a div, sorry, an ID. So we're going to select all our buttons, but you're going to select all our buttons with the class continue. And you're going to have only one button with the class continue. So you're going to create a few more buttons, and you're going to have class equals continue, and the other one is not going to have any class. So what you're going to do with this button with the class called continue, you can use our HTML jQuery method and change its value to next step ... So its value here you'll see heartbeats, and the other button will see anything. So right now it's just going to be changing heartbeats to next step, since it's the only button with the class continue as here. And save that, and we're going to run it. As you can see, change heartbeats to next step, and left the other button as anything, since the other button does have the class continue. So pretty much that's it. Connected to our the CDN, captured the jQuery files. Now we'll be able to use it in our browsers. We created a button for an example with the class continue, and we selected our button with class continue and changed its HTML value to next step so that we remove heartbeats. So basically that's the basic use of jQuery. Now there are further options get more advanced, where you can use jQuery for more advanced stuff. So we're going to leave this code here. We're going to create another code. It's just a very quick set interval, open bracket. Set interval is a function, so it's a method. Inside of it you're going to have a function that's going to be running through that set interval, and you're going to be loading this file every 500 seconds. So this function is going to be run every 500 seconds. Sorry, every 500 milliseconds, that's half a second. So I'm going to select, you're going to create an if statement. So if statement will be run every 500 milliseconds. So if it's okay, document dot width, we're going to use the width method, also part of jQuery. We're going to check the width of that object, which is the document, which is the whole page itself. And if it's more than 700, then what's going to happen, you're going to have something going to happen here, and below here we're going to have an else. That's if it's not more than 700, you're going to do another code here. So the code you're going to be having, that's if it's true, you're going to have $HTML. So right now it's taking out HTML, everything in our HTML, which is basically all this here, the whole file itself. So HTML, we're going to have a CSS. We're going to open our parentheses, open quotes, comma, open quotes, open quote. It's here going to be our CSS module. So let's see the background. You can be changing the background color. You can have background color, or BG color. You set it to red. And remember to put your line terminator which is a semicolon after every line that you're going to end. And if it's false, you're going to paste that here and change the color to green. Let's say green. So what we have here, we're going to be skipping that where I told you what this is, but you're going to have a set interval function. So every single interval, we're going to be setting the interval at 500 milliseconds, which is half a second. Every half a second, you're going to run this function. You're going to check if document width is more than 700. Then you're going to change our HTML document to background red. If not true, then you're going to be changing it to green. So since it's an interval function, therefore it means you can be run at every single time. So right now it's red, and I put it very much smaller, you can turn to green. So let's see the breaking point of it. Probably around close to around here is 700. And the reason why it's 700, it's because I press my go to inspect elements and just show you that quick, as in case you're willing to do something like this further on. For example, you can use it to make your page responsive. If you want to check if the page is more than 700 pixels, then you're going to hide is also a jQuery function. You're going to hide the elements. So you're going to hide some things and make your page look much different. So set computed. Here it is below here. We have this here. We have our margins, we have borders, we have paddings, and our box module, which gets very hard to see. Well, within here in our computer, that it shows that our basic sizes of our page right now. So our page right now is around 700, something like this, and basically that's it, guys. Basically this is it for our tutorial here. So see you in the next one.